Hey everybody, welcome to Michelle and Company. We are sitting down today with a great ministry here in Wichita. It's called Working Men of Christ Ministries, and I'm here today with Spencer, Lindsay, and Troy Stallings. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for being on the show today.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, we've been kind of talking a little bit about what the ministry is and what they do in Wichita. You might be sitting out there and you've never heard of what they do. So we want to start. Spencer, tell us a little bit about Working Men of Christ Ministries, how it started and what their mission is.
How it started.
Sure.
I believe it started with me. I couldn't get my life together, and it cost me to go into prison. I've been to prison 5 times, and I was always getting released from prison and finding things in prison to help me, like Jesus Christ. But when I got out, I could never find the people that I needed to find that was talking about what I've learned to help me grow up on the outside. And on my 5th time to prison, I finally said enough. I mean, I lost my kids. I lost everything tangible that a person could have. And I didn't want that life anymore. And God spoke to me. And the first thing he told me is, Spencer, shut your mouth and renew your mind. And I started to read the Bible and actually apply it. I started to practice it. And it started to talk back to me. The things I was taught when I was young turned out to not be the truth. And I found the truth in prison. And God told me, he said he's going to pay inmates money. And I was an inmate. I was broken. I had nothing. I could only just believe what he said to me. And I believed it, and I started to go into our volunteer classes in prison where volunteers come in and share the word with you. And I started going diligently and faithfully. And a lady, her name is Mother Billy is what I call her, and she came to me in Winfield Correctional Facility, and she had this book. It's called The Key to Your Expected End, and she told me to read it. And that's when I started reading things, because God told me to shut my mouth. So I was on the receiving. I could hear. I was hearing. I was taking everything in. Right. And I started reading this book by Katie Souza called The Key to Your Expected End, and it was truly amazing. It was telling me about the curse of captivity and actually explaining to me why I was incarcerated, and it was tied to the Bible. And it just blew me away. And I started actually practicing the Word of God, actually doing what it said. And I found a Bible correspondence course that I copied on another piece of paper, and I implemented this book that God showed me, and that every prisoner needed to hear this. It was the truth. Right. And I wrote it down, and then I was, my sentence was vacated, and I was released from prison. And I had this great idea that God gave me, and I went to a discipleship home. And I implemented this Bible correspondence course, and it took off. People started getting around it, and it became a Bible correspondence course that's used in the state of Kansas today. It has over 900 inmates in it. Wow. And it's in 8 different states.
So a ministry born of a life changed by the Lord.
A ministry born of the life changed by the Lord.
Praise the Lord. That's so neat. Thank you for sharing your testimony. I enjoyed that. And now that work that God has given you is affecting lots and lots of lives. Troy, tell me a little bit about the work that is being done here in Wichita and what volunteers are doing today.
Okay, well, it's not only here in Wichita, but it's all over the state of Kansas, but primarily based here out of Wichita. And I think one of the things that we quickly realized is that these guys didn't need another organization to come in and just sit down and share the word with them. They needed to experience the love and grace of Jesus Christ. Right. And the best way for us to do that was to come around them and wrap a Christian arms around them and help them in that faith walk and finding where they belong as they return to community. Right. Now for us, that begins within the walls. We do a discipleship class where we work very closely with them in finding what their stumbling blocks were that led them to prison. We address those stumbling blocks using biblical principles and daily application. And then when they are released and move into the discipleship homes, they're immediately wrapped with that Christian community. And we're finding the power in that is just incredible. And it adds a great deal to their success, knowing that they've got Jesus Christ waiting for them on the outside. Right,
so, and the way that Christ designed the body to work. Amen. Everyone to encourage each other and support each other as we grow and serve.
unified.
Oh, that's wonderful. Amen. So maybe someone's out there watching right now and just feeling this burden of they want to help. How can people get involved with your ministry? What does that look like?
Well, they can contact me if they'd like to do that. My phone number, would you like to just give my phone number out?
Go for it, yeah.
Is 816-206-1536. That phone line is available 24/7. I'm always looking for men and women who are interested in mentoring. We have over 75 men currently incarcerated that are looking for mentors, and we have about 124 women that are currently incarcerated going through our courses that are looking for mentors. So it's a great opportunity, and I have to share with you, one of the greatest blessings you can get in life is watching God change a person from the inside out.
Amen.
And knowing that He used you as a tool to do that. So I encourage you to reach out to us, visit our website at workingmenofchristministries.com and find out how you can become more involved.
Now, if there are people out there that are part of churches and would like to come and hear your story and hear a little bit about what you do, is that something that you do? Do you go and visit churches, and how does that work?
Absolutely. They can contact us, and we'd be happy to set up an opportunity to come and speak with a core group. Sure. At your church, and just kind of let them know what it is that we do. And from there, we can even address the congregation if you'd like for us to do that. We'd feel incredibly blessed to be invited to anyone's church. So
wonderful. Well, Spencer, Troy, we're out of time, but thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your story.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
God bless you.
And if you'd like to learn more about the work that's being done through the Working Men of Christ Ministries, you can visit their website, or you can visit us at kgpt26.com to get more information on any of the shows that you've seen on today's show. Thank you again so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.